Great day, family of one. Great day, family of one. Once again, it's the Melanin Man. That's right. A voice of consciousness is the Melanin Man. All right, so today's topic, subject, conversation will be around, can we not pretend and get back to knowing? Can we not pretend and get back to knowing? All right, so today's date is the 13th, I believe. Yeah. March 13th, 2022. And I'm here once again, the Melanin Man, aka a voice of consciousness. So, can we not pretend and get back to knowing? Is it not that time now? With the state of everything that has been, that is, and that are, can we not pretend and get back to knowing? Okay, pretend what? A voice of consciousness. Well, pretend, can we not pretend that we're not in a system that is divine? Can we not pretend anymore that the system that we're in is not divine? We gotta stop pretending that. Oh, why? Because illegal gambling, everything illegal is held up to the highest. It's the lowest standard of living, but it's held up to the highest echelon of the environment, society, you name it. It's held in the highest regard. So can we not pretend that in order to pull yourself up, as they say, by your bootstraps, you have to have had some experiences that will inspire you to the point that will say, hey, I'm tired of that. I need to do something else that is more beneficial to me. So can we not pretend that all of this that we're in is governed and ran by the mafia? Illegal gambling, illegal betting, playing games, fixing games. Everything is set up. Everything is contrived. The outcome is a controlled process. Everything is controlled. So let's get clear on, it's not the government. It may be a governing or governance of people. However, who is doing the governing? So you mean to tell me, since we don't have lobbyists speaking on the behalf of melanated people, that they don't have really a voice? Sure, you can say you have a voice. However, if you don't have lobbyists to help swing votes to get who you want in the office, and isn't that a contrived system as well? Where we have to control who we get in to do what we need them to do, because what happened to for the people, by the people, it has never been that, family. And as long as you pretend to play the game that has been given in the manner to which it's been given, they set the rules, and if it doesn't work for them, they change the rules. So if you want to play the game, continue playing the game. Fine, go right ahead. However, when you get to knowing, accepting that you know that you are divine, and the powers that be dwells within thee, not outside, the inside. You have the seat of the soul in this vessel that you call the body. However, it does not sit. The seat of it is in this body. Where it sits is outside of this time frame, outside of this procession of essence that flows like waves in a river to and fro, unencumbered by material. So our presence here has everything to do with the essence that is, and less to do with the controlled environment that we find ourselves in. As a matter of fact, we chose to be in the environment to give that much more solidarity to the standing in the eternal infinitum that we know is the divine. Everything here is divine. Well, what about the killing, and what about the wars, and what about them? Everything has a space and a place. It is necessary to have yin and yang in every aspect of what we do and how we are. And when you talk about energy, frequency, and vibration, the only thing that really is, that represents the consciousness that flows and streams, that I'm streaming right now from off-world. This doesn't come from me, this comes through me. So there's a channel I turned on, I grabbed the station or the channel, tuned in and turned it up. And forever is turning it up. Why? Because all is expanding. Consciousness is expanding in everything. Not just people, not just the criminal minded. However, those that are in line with their essence, their true essence. Consciousness is expanding as well. Everything is being exponentialized, family, in this time, because this is the time for exponentialization. Everything moves beyond any container. There's nothing that can contain the infinite, eternal. And your subconscious can and does the quantum calculations that take you far beyond the reaches of this realm. However, if you don't know and you continue to get lost in the game, it's okay to play. Just don't get lost and don't forget that it's a game. You know, when you want to have your team shake the hands of the other person after the game is over, that's a show of respect and humility, because it's a game. You're just playing, you're just enjoying and having fun. This is not serious. Now, if you take that, put it to the presence that you already are, it's a game. You're enjoying yourself. You're not looking to find fault or you find issues. So let's not pretend that the cards or the deck isn't stacked. However, it's stacked in your favor, because all of the things that we think are disadvantages are, depending on your perspective, can motivate you and become the impotence for you being more than what is said. You are not limited to an experience. That is what you're supposed to have, experiences, so that you can know the difference. If you lack experience in putting together an engine and you read a book, you still don't know how to put together an engine until you actually put together an engine. When you experience putting together an engine, now you got some experience. So whether you read a book or not, if you read the book, you're not experienced. Reading the book only gives you the fundamentals, techniques, other possibilities that could allow you to be someone that can put together an engine. However, until you actually put together that engine, You don't have the experience to know. You can speculate and pontificate and give your you give an opinion because you read the book. But what do you know about putting together an engine? So can we not pretend that we don't know who we are? Can we not pretend that you're not divine? That you have these experiences that takes you far beyond, that connects you to the all that you already are, that's far beyond this realm of reality. And can we not pretend that this is the only reality? Can we not pretend that energy, frequency, and vibration is a resonance, is a vibratory frequency that's a signature, that when aligned with that, you flow using all of your powers, yin and yang, together, because they're principles. Masculine and feminine energy are principles. We're talking about principalities again. Listen, not again, because people don't understand that when you're talking about the principalities, these are the principles that govern. And we don't know enough about them. We know all about them, yet we don't have our relationship with acknowledging having the experiences of them and how they play critical parts in all of our daily lives. We don't speak to that. And when you don't speak to something, out of sight, out of mind, you tend to forget, which is what we've done. So can we not pretend that we're not playing? Clearly you're playing if you're knowing something, but you're doing something other than what you know to do best. You've been conditionally programmed to keep in practice that which is the least that does not work in your favor, or the least of the techniques that will help you to connect, reconnect, remember who you already are. This is where we are today, making a decision or pretending like we don't have a decision to make. We can act like we don't know and pretend like we don't know. So we're playing a game and we're acting like we don't know it's a game. Now, you say lives are being lost, or lives of the children. What about all that sentimentality stuff? They exist, yes. Is it happening? Yes. Is everybody experiencing that? No. Because it's your perspective that determines the experiences that you have, and the knowledge gained from those experiences are filtered through a particular frequency code. Light energy with consciousness that's filtered through the body. So now what you want to do and what you're here to do may very well be the same thing, or it could be two different things. Either way, the cycle is such that you are going back to where you came from. Now, is it physical? Everything's not physical. We're talking about principalities. Principalities of spirit, principalities of the ethers, principalities of that which you do not see and are not familiar with, maybe. Consciously, subconsciously, we're in touch and in tune with all universalities. Subconsciously, you are in touch or in tune with all universalities, all multi-levels, all dimensions, all worlds. Subconsciously, you are connected like the like the web of a spider. However, your consciousness, the physical brain, only allows you to absorb and process that which you're comfortable with, or that which you've given yourself permission to experience. So we must, well, no, we don't must do anything, because everybody is not their time. So it's not about your time, my time. It's not about a time. So can we pretend, or stop, or not pretend that we don't know that the system of governance, or the things that we've experienced in the society that we've been brought up in, is barbaric and Neanderthal in mindset? It's a lower vibrational frequency, or let's just say it's a frequency that is not in the best interest of all. And it's okay. Why? Because all exist at the same time. We get to pick and choose what it is we want in our lives, what it is we desire to have for our life, what it is we are here to harmonize and balance with. The system and the cycle that is galactic will not be denied. We are not here of our own volition, family, even though it does appear that we are solo in the realm of the walk, as it were. So you go and get your family, or you go get people that love and respect and adore you, which is all great. However, we're pretending to play a role or act a certain way, or you're supposed to be mommy, you're supposed to be daddy, you're supposed to be a preacher, so whatever it is, that role you're playing, you get to be defined by that role and that role only. And people say, oh, you did fine as a dad, oh, you did terrible as a minister, oh, you did, so we get to take on or allow ourselves to be judged by those people outside that have dictated what these terms and these monikers and these particular ideals are around these concepts, because we're talking about concepts and ideas that have been placed in your lexicon of reality, so to speak. And when that has happened, or has happened over time, they've become entrenched in the DNA. They become an integral part of your emotions, which connects you or keeps you connected to the stuff, whether it be right, wrong, good, or bad. Until we process consciousness, until we allow ourselves to align with that which is the harmony and the balance of the all that you already are, until we do that, we will pretend instead of know who and what we are. We will pretend to be something. We pretend to be anything other than that which we are. And that's part of the programming. That's part of the process. And so that's part of the process that must be processed out. You're gonna keep all of it's you. However, the processing out would be to move beyond a minimal, limited, minimized thought of what you are already. Energy, frequency, and vibration means you get to transform, transmute, and move beyond that place of stagnancy. Because it's an idea. It's an idea. Yeah, it's an idea. Yeah, my hair gets in my mouth sometimes. But anyway, it's important that we understand that we have, in this moment, the ability to step beyond the veil, step on the other side of the veil, have ourselves to, peer through the smoke and mirrors and accept the reality that it is not the reality of our choosing. Can we not pretend that we chose this? Let's not pretend that we chose this. Let's no longer pretend that we chose this, and start accepting the fact that every single thing that you know, pretty much you think you know rather, in terms of our environment, the societal norms, the ways, the governance, money, everything. Can we not pretend that it works? It doesn't work. We have to stop pretending that something is as it is not. We have to stop pretending that we are okay with that which we're not okay with. We have to stop pretending. Can we not pretend that the environment that melanated dominant people find themselves, or that we find that we are in, has been preset, and there's a predetermination as to who or what or how you're going to flow and what you're going to do? Can we not pretend that this is not a controlled environment, like a petri dish? Can we not pretend that we have not been experimented on morally, mentally, physically, ethically, psychologically, and in any other way that you could ever think of? We've been experimented on. And some people are used as the model, and some are used as, free radicals. It's a big melting pot. And if the choices are to allow yourself to know, then you will start to remember. If the choice is you don't want to know, and you'll continue pretending because that's what you're comfortable with, and that you think you know that. However, it's kind of like being in a line and the train is going off the track or falling over the cliff, and you're just holding on to the next connection, and it's pulling you to be taken out of here in a way that you are not going to be happiest. And how do I know? If you're not living in happiness right now, if you don't determine what it is for you right now, so you don't know who you are. This is the prime time, family, to process the all that you are in this very moment, and know that your perspective and the consciousness that you're able to vibrate at whatever frequency in line with your resonance is all you have. There's no concerns or issues or interest in making sure you know who you are, or your children know who they are, or know their power, or know what they can do with what they've been given naturally. There's no interest in that. There's no money in it. Can we not pretend that money's not the driving, motivating force for greed, enviousness, insurrection, idiocracy, and ignorance? Can we not pretend that the fact that ignorance is the real virus, ignorant of yourself, ignorant of your country, ignorant of people next door, ignorant of You name it. That's really the virus. However, but because we're playing a game. And part of the game is Simon Says, or Captain May I, or 1, 2, 3 red light, or all these games, which there are a gazillion of them, always speaks to a winner and a loser. So we're pretending to play and take a chance on losing. Playing a game we don't know much about, and so we're taking a chance on losing at the game because we don't know the game. We don't know the rules. When you don't know the rules to the game you're playing, you are not necessarily going to win. However, when you know who you already are, you raise your frequency, you're higher, you're above the play, you're above whatever the outcomes are. Why? Because you're in control of your emotions. You're not allowing your emotions to be dragging you into the abyss or the dark hole of the outcomes that may persist with you participating in something that you don't really know much about, or don't know enough about, or decided you don't want to know. Okay, well, maybe I know, but I don't know anything else. So the game, as it were, takes a lot of effort on your part to support it. You constantly playing it and focusing on the outcome of it by not knowing who you already are, or by not knowing in general that you're playing a game. It's one thing to be playing the game and enjoying it. It's another thing to be playing the game, enjoying it, and knowing it's a game. If you're playing a game and you know it's a game, however, you don't know how that game connects to you and how important you are to the game, or you wouldn't be playing it. If you weren't a centerpiece, an important piece in this game, you wouldn't be here to participate in it. So can we not pretend that we no longer know? That all of the ancients and all of the ancestors that go back beyond the periods of time that people want you to be stuck in they're now resurrected in you? Can we stop acting like we don't know that we are the ones that we've been looking for? Can we stop pretending like we don't know that the ancients and all that is your DNA that make you to be who you are, each molecule has memory because it's infused with some form of liquid and water carries memory, and memory can go back further than some can remember. And so when you start to tune in, when you start to turn on, tune in, and turn it up, you become connected or reconnected and start to remember. And along with that, nature is supportive because you are that which it is in this now presence. And in so being and in so doing so, flowing in your flow in harmony with the thought processes of this time, because you're getting energy from the sun, you're getting energy from everywhere, and you are connecting, reconnecting, or being reminded of you, the all of you. And so all of you is needed. So the principalities are what? You need feminine and masculine. One without the other, there's no such thing. You can't have one without the other. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot have one without the other. It is necessary in order to function and be at your best, or to do the most with what you have, whatever that might be. You need all of you in consort or in some level of agreement. So your consciousness, your actions, your thoughts, your words, everything has to line up. I mean, you can say what you want to, do what you want to. However, what's in your heart is going to truly show. And that's where we are now. The heart is being revealed. And not only is the heart being revealed, but it's also magnetizing and bringing you to the experience that gives you that level of liberation that our ancestors, or those before our ancestors' ancestors, I should say, they're all in you. You're the new improved version of that which was, that now is, in this realm of the reality that is, the all that is. You are a representative of that power, source. As source within the self, you are the source that's connected to the all that is, the source of all. We must know this stuff. You can't say, well, I think and I hope and I wish and I pray. No, if it's you, you got to know it. You don't make a decision. You don't let somebody else make a decision, or a life-giving, lifelong decision about something you have to participate in. Okay, so somebody else is deciding what you should do, as if you don't have enough respect, honorability, responsibility, and dignity to do what's best in your own best interest. Is that what we're saying? When you give someone else the power to make a decision over your life, that's what you're saying. You don't trust yourself, you're not comfortable with it, your self-esteem is low. All of this is by design, by the way. So you don't allow someone, let's stop pretending, or let's not pretend that others have not made decisions for your life. Even as an adult, 30, 20, 30, 40, 50, however old you are, the environment is the system of things. And you, me, we as one with source must stand, must do whatever it is that we need to have done in that moment, in any given moment, and express what you know. That's the whole purpose for us being here to begin with, as far as I'm concerned. Somebody else may have a different agenda, and that's the part of can we not pretend that there are not hidden agendas by those that think they're in power? Can we not pretend that those that think they're in power don't have an agenda that ain't got nothing to do with your sacred, sovereign, infinitely eternal covenant? Ain't got nothing to do with it. They don't care less, they can care less. And it ain't for them to know or even understand. It's about you. And what do you really have a desire for? How much do you really want what you say you want? If it's stuff, you can have that all day. However, if it's the memory of that which is, that you already are, then you must turn on, tune in, and turn it up, so you will know through your experience. And we won't have to pretend. You won't have to. That's the key. Truth, honesty, honor, respect, integrity. Those are the things that have power beyond the meaning of the words, whether you know it or not. consistent discipline around those aspects that are the all that you already are brings you back to yourself, brings you back to the memory of self, and once again allows you to release the powers and utilize those powers to the advantage of you. And it's not so much to the advantage of you as much as it will be to the advantage of the all. Because that's how it works. Yin and yang works for all. It doesn't just work for me because I wanted to do this and just point it and I control this and control that. It's not about that. It's about how well do you flow with this presence that is now expanding exponentially through consciousness, and the vibratory frequencies are increasing, and are you able to maintain and be manage your emotions and police your thoughts and do all the things that keep you in harmony and in line and in tune with synchronicity of this wave of energetic presence that is feminine, that is reclaiming. These are the measures at this point. Now, I say it is, doesn't mean it is for you. Maybe you don't see it that way. That's fine. It's okay. However, if you're listening to or looking at or sharing in this space where I am, we are in the same space. And so you get to choose. Always had a choice. Now your choice will not manifest, but will be magnetized to you, as well as you are magnetized to it. So there's you. Sun is electric, the earth is a magnet, and you, the melanated being, are electromagnetic. So you're the centerpiece. You are the center of the all that is, right where you are, as you are, being the all that you are in this now moment. You're the center of that. And we are, you, me, we, as one with Source, as the all that is Source to all, are the centers of that Source. Individually, yet collectively. Now don't try to figure that out. It's not about being rational and intelligent. It's about knowing. That vibratory frequency, do you resonate with it, yes or no? That's all. It's not about you, oh, that makes sense, oh, that don't make sense. So does it resonate? Does the bell ring? When you hear, feel, or in the presence of that which you're in alignment with, do you know that? And does the bell ring for you, summoning you to acquiesce and align yourself as well? Because that's what it's all about. That which is this energetic presence is claiming, reclaiming, and allowing memory and remembrance so that we can align ourselves cohesively with the all that you already are. Not, oh, I'm going to be the best that I can be. You're already that. Now the question is, how conscious are you about it? You already are whatever you are. And that is a divine melanated being that is connected to the all that is eternally infinite. You're already that. Now, how much consciousness can you hold, maintain, and discipline yourself around staying plugged into that idea? Because we're talking about ideas and perspectives, and that's all it is. And now you put your efforts, energy, and emotions into that, allowing yourself to be raised by that, giving yourself permission to accept that as a reality. And then things open up. If you don't, things open up. So this where we are now, you have no reason to doubt. You only have every reason to know. So can we not pretend that we no longer know that we are the divine presence and the resurrected ancients of the ancients that have been laying dormant in the DNA that they say was 97% or 95% junk because it didn't work for them or they didn't understand it or whatever the case may be. And now it's in the system of things, this cycle that is coming online, that DNA that of course isn't junk. So let's pretend that, can we not pretend that we've not been brainwashed is a too simple of a term. Can we not pretend anymore that we've been not taken away from anything? We've been distracted from everything. We've been, can't take you away from yourself. They can only confuse and confound. And so that's what it is. That's what it boils down to. So can we not pretend? And can we stop acting like we don't know? And then embrace the knowing? This is the Melanin Man, once again, a voice of consciousness, speaking to you candidly, in my own way. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't have to do profanity. I don't have to get all that. We don't need to have to be exciting your emotions and, talking like, the minister on Sunday morning, or forcing you or bullying you with the tones and trying to be confrontational or combative. We don't have to do any of that, because it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about the all that you already are. That is the all that is that you represent. Me, we, you, me, that's ego stuff. Oh, I did this, I'm the first to do that, and if it wasn't for me, with me, yeah, that's all ego stuff. That's how does it fit in the plan of the all? How does the divine presence work with this? How do you align yourself, and how are you disciplined around knowing that? That's where we are. So again, what I am is divinity in motion. Who I am is divine. This is a voice of consciousness. Yeah, the Melanin Man, aka a voice of consciousness. Love and honor, respect, and above all have integrity. Yeah, feel free. Peace.